Hey everybody, Kyle here, and this is another episode of the Higher Consciousness, Lower Standards podcast. Today we have with us Mr. Chad Olshavsky.
The lower standard, yes.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. It's easier if you call me ChadO, because that's how everybody knows me. It's how I do it on the books. It's saying that last name is just hard. And when they look up Olshavsky, they're gonna put an apostrophe in it and fuck it all up. Yeah,
Oh, is that normal? Apostrophe?
yeah, because I say Olshavsky, and they always want to put like I'm Irish or something. It's like this Tom
Oh, I
Segura
get you.
joke. Yeah,
Like O'Hare.
yeah, yeah,
Some shit like that.
yeah.
Well, yeah, man. Why don't you start off with a little introduction and get a vibe? Let's
Yeah.
let's
You
see
know,
what
I
we're working with.
I write novels. I tell jokes. I started comedy because of Kill Tony. I wanted to start out on Kill Tony as my first time ever, and it took me 67 tries to get on there. So I became a comic instead, and so I've been doing that, and trying to use Kill Tony as a way to better myself and learn in the industry and grow. So you do see me on there. I have my third appearance on that, but my main passion is writing. I started out writing movies in Hollywood, and then I grew into wanting to have money, so I owned my own businesses, and then lost those and said, well, I'm writing again and don't have any money. So that's where I'm at.
Wow. Well, that seems like a journey.
A little bit, yeah.
There's 67 times. That's impressive.
Yeah, that was
That's
the
some
first time.
dedication.
And you see these people on there, like the guy last week, he's like, oh, I just came in this week. I've only been in town for like 12 hours or whatever and just got on Kill Tony. It happens all the fucking time, but, it took me a long time to get on. Yeah.
Right. I feel like there's got to be some kind of like envy or something like with
Oh,
certain
yeah.
people, right?
And I hear people say now, because I've been on 3 times now, but people who haven't been on, who keep on trying, like it's rigged, that they're pulling names that they want to pull, and this is all shit I said, when I was like not getting pulled, and I know it's not rigged because they wouldn't have pulled me ever if that was the case, But
Yeah.
they say certain maybe it's like certain ones are, it's his show. He'll just put people on if he wants people on there. He doesn't have to, you know pretend to pull them out of the bucket, So I think the bucket's still true and real, being there firsthand. But
Right.
are you a Kill Tony fan? Am I talking about nothing you know? Do you know this shit?
Oh, I watch Kill Tony
Okay.
every week.
Just making sure I'm not just like, hey, there's a show that I'm talking about and you don't know what I'm talking about. Hopefully somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're very familiar with the Kill Tony realm.
Right.
Yeah, it's been a man. Every episode I watch, and I've seen pretty much every single episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I started early and it just kind of went down this rabbit hole of like watching all these cool comics getting on, and then I started seeing people like I'm recognizing get on, and I'm just like, dude, this is dope. Like,
There's, especially being here in town, you see the same 200 comics always there on Monday nights, but you also see them at open mics. Like last night I was trying to show you, we tried doing this last night, and we were having some technical difficulties, but one of the connections we had, I was showing you like Ram B was back behind me, and like Justin and Honey was in that shot. There was all those people who got pulled recently. That's all we're doing, that same mic that I was doing last night. It's we're out here grinding it every day, doing these open mics, and you'll see the same people all the time, and those are the people who are signed up. It's the comedy tourist that come into town. That it's an interesting breed because they're the funniest person in Manchester or whatever, and they'll come in and do our open mics with us, and they just they don't. They don't go as well as they thought they would go. It doesn't go as well as Manchester goes, things like that, because these audience here, they see us all the time. They know it's like being the best high school football player, and then going to
Mhm.
college, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, everybody's an elite athlete. You know, that's how it is here. Everybody is just at the top of their game all the time because they're doing 5, 6, 7 mics a day, and these people come in and like they do 5, 6, 7 mics a month, and they just it's hard for them to hang, to say, but then
Right.
there's those standouts who come out and just fucking blow it away too. It's an interesting crowd to see the new faces mixed with the old faces, and you know everybody coming through the
Right.
same, standing in Shakespeare's together. Because not only are we standing in Shakespeare's, but Winston Pickles is standing in there. Fucking Colin Sledge is standing in there. All the golden ticket winners are standing there because they don't know if they're going to be needed tonight. So they'll all stand in there and wait as well too. So it's a yeah.
Yeah, I had a we had Martin Phillips on a while back, and it was interesting because he was talking about how Tony will just hit him up randomly to be like,
Yeah,
"Hey, come on."
I need you now, and you have to be there. They have to be waiting. That's the craziest thing. I know they don't. I don't think golden ticket winners get paid. I don't think like if you get invited to like the shows, you have to be at the Madison. You have to get to Madison Square Garden. He's not going to take you to Madison Square Garden. So it's all it's all the benefit is the exposure. But these comics are putting their own money and their own time into getting to these places that he invites them to or whatever. But he's not gonna make your way for you. So you have to be ready all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean that is a very hard driver, you know? Like
Yeah,
it's like here's the thing. Here's the thing. You can be on it, but you got to put in the effort to get there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's and you hear the grumblings of like, oh, he's making all the money off of us, type of people, and you have the opportunity. He's creating an opportunity, for these people, and don't do it if you don't want to do it, or if you feel like you're getting gypped. But you know, the people who do like look at Cam Patterson. He wouldn't have gotten on Saturday Night Live if it wasn't for Kill Tony. If it wasn't for him moving to Austin, if it wasn't for him taking the next step and putting his own time and money into these, investments.
Right.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just got to get on your knees and just like get one
Well,
out, you know?
that's probably why he hates me.
Get ahead in life, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's a it seems like quite the challenging universe to be in because it's so competitive. It
Oh
seems like.
yeah. That's what kind of what I was saying. Is when somebody comes from out of town, they're not at that level, and then the people who are at that level are like not gonna talk to them, not gonna because there's like 20 spots on an open mic. There's 200 people trying to get into that open mic. So even though there's a lot of availability, you're definitely not guaranteed a spot because there's so many people coming into town that are trying to take these spots. So it does get a little elbows thrown and cuts in line. It gets a little vicious sometimes too. But
A lot of people stepping on each other to get ahead.
yeah, and it's unfortunate because there are so many opportunities, but there are more people too.
True. Has there been like a specific venue that's been like you got your mind set to like be on that one or
Well, anytime you get on the Mothership open mic, the Little Boy Room, it's a good set, and Adam he gets watching, and it's an audition, and people do get called back for that. They do get on the cruise shows from that mic, so that's the one you want to get on. Unfortunately, just sign up in line. You're probably not going to get on it. You have to know somebody, and it has to be their week to for a favor, and then they pick like this, like the mothership gets like 8 spots that they get to pick out people to feature, and that's their audition. They're auditioning for a door job, they're auditioning for a way to come back, and so these people are putting their name on the line to put you on the show. So it's a give on that.
yeah, wow. I mean, yeah, it's such seems like such a cutthroat, but like I feel also that there's got to be a lot of support on the opposite end of that, right? From
At the end of the day, it comes down to you. There's they'll pat you in the back and say good job on Kill Tony, or good job at that set, or good set. You fist bump each other. There is that support, but if you start doing well, you're gonna have to do it on your own. There's not gonna be like you have the Killers of Kill Tony. Those guys all come together, but they had all friends before they came together. That they're not supporting. To say per se. Once your buddy makes it, don't count on him bringing you with him. It's going to be on you to take that next step. But he'll say, "Good job, keep on working." Here's a tag, but there's no like entourage effect to say.
Right. Well, yeah, because you can't be like, oh, my friend's super famous and he's doing some great jokes on stage, and then your friend's like, all right, this is a big venue, get up there, and then you just fucking bomb for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. You got to put in the good, and they do pull people who are killing it, who are putting in that work, who are making good jokes. You do see those guys go on the road with these other guys, like Trey Pack was just out with Timmy No Breaks. Trey's been on Kill Tony a few times, but he's a local funny guy more or less, whereas Timmy is like a national sensation now. But they were both doing open mics together, here in Austin. So it's kind of cool to see Timmy pulling those people up and doing that stuff.
Right. Yeah, Timmy No Breaks, man. He he blew up out of nowhere.
Well, yeah, it was a chance. So we were both standing in the bull pit at Vulcan, and I know Tim. He sold his marketing company to do this, to do comedy. And it was just rained on us. We're all crammed in there with 200 other comics. We're stuck in this little space. It's just elbow to elbow. Everybody's squeezed in here. I go, hey Timmy, aren't you glad that you sold your business to do this? And he goes, living the dream, brother. And then 2 bucket pulls later, he's up there doing that. So yeah,
and now look at him.
Yeah.
Like,
so it works. He took a chance. He saw that Kill Tony. You have to have more than just good jokes. You have to be a character too, or stand out some way. That
right.
anime,
that stage presence.
Yeah, that's what the really works well for Kill Tony. Let's see, like Casey Rocket and Ari Manny's very animated. Like William Montgomery. He's a legend of the show, but it's just not. I don't think it's what the audience want anymore. It seems like they want that more wild, excited energy. It seems just observations.
Well, that's the whole energy is contagious thing. If you see somebody and you're in proximity with that person, you feel their energy and that pumps you up.
Yeah. I think that's what's happening. Is everybody's on coke now.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, just kidding.
I mean, probably though, right?
Shakespeare's is good for it. So, are you? Have you came out to Austin yet? Have you tried to put your name in the bucket? You gonna give it a shot?
I feel like I need to at least do a mic first. I don't want to be that guy that's like, this is my first time.
I tried being that guy. That was my plan. But I do recommend getting out there and at least knowing how jokes land and getting an audience feel for it and timing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, do I see it in the cards? I think so. I do. I would like to, get a little practice in. I do have about 3 minutes written out, which one of my, it's all mostly true stories. But it's a tight set. One of my favorite parts is so I was walking down to school one day when I was over in Italy, and this older gentleman asked me if I wanted to come back to his house, and he's hinting like he's gay, and I was like, oh, sorry, no, mi piace solo figa. And I believe, to my mind, it means that I only like pussy. But But it could also have meant maybe I am a pussy.
Treat
Will
me like
still
a pussy.
apply.
Yeah. Fuck me like a pussy. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just it needs a little work, but I'll get there.
So what happened? Did you end up fucking the guy or what?
No. I took my Heelys to school that day.
Yeah.
Just put it in and start burning some rubber, because he was probably burning some rubber.
That's fun. Trying to get his rubber burned. Um,
Yeah.
so I noticed you're like cooking and stuff. Is that from your time in Italy? Did you like get trained out there or?
Um, yeah, I did go to culinary school over in Italy for 3 months. I got a certificate in Italian cuisine and pastries.
Oh wow.
So that was fun. Pretty amazing, honestly. Would
What's an
love to do
Italian
it
donut
again.
taste like?
An
I'm just,
Italian donut?
yeah,
There's no donuts over there.
Italian pastries. I think that'd be funny though, because they have the dough for all the pizza, the pasta. Why not make the donuts?
True, true.
You
I
should make
mean,
an Italian. You should do an Italian donut store. Yeah.
Italian donuts. Well,
Yeah.
my thing is yams. I'm all
Oh,
about the yams. Or like purple sweet potatoes. Like, those are where it's at for me.
that's cool. We have some yams that are in our kitchen right now, but they have the long stems growing out of them because we haven't done anything with them. So they're sprouting more yams. They're giving up. They're like, yeah, we're gonna live somewhere else. They're trying to move out.
Hey, you never know. Maybe they'll sprout some legs.
Yeah, they're trying. I'm telling you. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I love to dive into your novel a little bit.
Right on, man. Yeah. So you bought Dreamt, which is yeah, it's that dream state. That between life and death. In between a dream and reality. I wrote this. I started writing this book based on like a DMT experience I had where, the veils of this world started mixing with the veils of the other world, and they were becoming one. And I was like, that's such a cool idea. I wonder if things came through, and you don't know which is reality or which is not. And then I had I almost died, ended up in the hospital, and a lot of the stuff I was writing in the book about not knowing what's real, what's not, and what when's now and when when is not now. What is time? It's all kind of in this book. And I started experiencing these things in the hospital. I started like having this near death, near life experience where time became like a blur. I was like experiencing things in the past and in the future at the same time. And so after I got better, which I didn't die, I wrote this book I finished the book about that hospital experience. I put a lot of that lot of that real life experiences into that novel, and it really has a special place in me. Right, where this one's about a serial killer who finds their victims through roommate wanted ads. This one's more real to life.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we're it's a little bit more about me, I would say.
Okay, so that one's more you'd say it's more along the lines of like dream hopping and searching and
Yeah, like when I dream, I dream in the third person. I dream as somebody else's life a lot of times. So uh, that's kind of like am I living these other lives? Have I lived these other lives? What happens when we die? Do we just wake up in another life? So I kind of play with that in this book as well. Yeah.
right. Yeah, cuz I mean that really resonates with me cuz there's the whole aspect of astral projection and the whole reincarnation. the I had a couple experiences myself, and not quite like yours, where time was overlapping and folding over each other,
Uh-huh.
but there was a moment where my mom's uncle, or my mom's brother, my uncle, I had a very vivid dream one night, and that dream, it led me into. I was sitting in a car. It was dark, stormy. I was listening to like some rock and roll '80s music, and I felt like I was intoxicated, but it wasn't quite me in behind the wheel. But I felt like I was there, and I was just driving around these windy corners, and all of a sudden I just take a turn too sharp and flip right into a tree. And last thing I remember was like putting my hands out in front of me, and all I saw was just like the tree just right into the face, and then a white light, and all I felt was just like this overwhelming sense of peace. And then I just
Oh
woke
wow.
up, and it wasn't like a I was startled awake. It was like a what just happened?
Yeah. So have you had any more like? I mean, it's obviously a dream you remember. So you think about it a lot. You feel it. Those are the ones that I think definitely are some kind of we lived it at some point because there's so many dreams you forget that you can't remember a thing about. But then there's this one that just won't leave you alone. And yeah, that's
Right.
kind of how I talk about a dream experience I had in Los Angeles in the beginning of the book. And I basically lived this similar like life like that where it was a whole another life, but I woke up in the room that I was looking at when I died. Basically, it was all connected to that space. You say you feel like that was your uncle, you said, or
Yeah, it was because I told my mom about that experience and that dream, and she just instantly started getting emotional and started telling me that that was exactly how my uncle died.
wow. But he was on a motorcycle. You told me yesterday, right? Yeah,
Yeah, the only difference was he was on a motorcycle, and in that dream, I was in my car.
yeah. And so I was just wondering, if say you were connected to your uncle at that time, or you're the reincarnated spirit of your uncle, would you be scared of motorcycles now? Would you replace the motorcycle with a car? Would it be would you know would you want to feel the wind in your hair if you tasted a tree in your teeth? Like you know,
Valid question.
yeah. I think having
I
a car makes it more of a secure thing, but it's going to happen either way. Is the ultimate answer. You know,
right.
yeah,
I mean, I feel like a car is a little bit more of a safer route, but hey, if it brings you joy, like why not? Like we're here to have
ride a
fun,
bike.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of motorcycle would you get? Would you get like a chopper type or like one of the rice burners? The crotch rockets.
I'd probably get a little crotch rocket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something fast.
Something fast, yeah. I don't want to be that douchebag that's sitting there that's like bobbing and weaving between cars and stuff on the freeway or something like that. But
Do they split lanes there in Washington? Do the motorcycles go down the middle like when there's like traffic? Do they? Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah. They
that's
don't do it so much
dangerous.
out here. California, they did it like crazy. They were just like they were fast about it too. But yeah, here in
Mhm.
Texas, they don't fuck around. I think there's too many people that don't give a fuck. But there's a lot more prevalent motorcycles in Los Angeles, and I definitely remember those guys would just fly through the middle of the cars.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's dangerous. I mean, life's exciting when you throw a little danger in it, but like at the expense of others, maybe not quite so much.
yeah. Would you ever do like a Ferrari if you had the chance, or like a sports car, like a fast car?
Well, I have a Scion FRS, so it's kind of sporty, fast,
That's cool.
but
Is it like I mean, it's pretty quick. I mean, you just zoom in and out of traffic, though.
I'm a good driver. I obeying the speed limit.
What's the
I'm
point of
like,
having a fast car?
I don't know. I wanted it. It looks cool.
Yeah, I drive every car fast. I don't care what it looks like.
It's
I,
like my favorite thing. I'll sit at a red light and I'll just like look at a guy with a fast car and he's like, yeah, he starts revving his engine. I'm like, yeah, rev. And then he just takes off and I'm like, peace. Just let him go.
yeah, no, I don't really race anybody, but I don't drive slow. You know, if you're in the
Yeah.
way, get out of the. I'll move around you.
Right. Well, yeah, you know. I mean, I feel like there's got to be a deeper meaning behind traffic, don't you think? It's got to be a test of patience from the universe or something.
We're here a short amount of time, and I spend a lot of it jerking off. I don't want to spend the rest of it in traffic. You know.
Yeah. Well, you know, maybe it's a. You ever heard of seed retention?
Or just jerk off in traffic.
Or just jerk off in traffic? Yeah. What's that odd man doing in his car seat, mommy? Well, shoot. I've never had a wet dream in a car seat, but you know.
Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. I won't say I did not. I can't deny. I can't confirm or deny. I guess that would be the.
Well, it's
I've,
never
I've
too
been, I've
late.
been married 26 years. You know, things happen in cars. We've been on
Yeah,
a lot of road trips.
been there. I used to have a Nissan 240SX, and one of my first girlfriends, man, that thing you could barely fit in the damn car. You know,
Yeah,
when you're a teenager trying to have some fun,
yeah,
you'll make it work somehow.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so you had a near death experience, and that led you to writing that book. And was there any profound realizations through that experience?
I guess the main takeaway was God does not want me. I I tried dying, and he rejected my invitation. He said, "No RSVP today." I don't know. I don't think. I think there was no like enlightenment at the end of death, life or anything. It didn't seem like I wasn't beamed any special information, or I didn't get any get anything out of it besides hospitals suck. But yeah, I was on my deathbed for like three weeks. There I was in the hospital for like 6 weeks, but I was in and out for a little while. I had a bunch of chest tubes coming in and out of me, but the enlightenment I think is just yeah, no, I have nothing for that. Yeah, I've wanted to die every day of my life, and then when I finally get the chance, I don't. I can't follow through. Is the takeaway, I guess.
You ever think maybe there's like a deeper reason as to why?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to save that little girl's life, and I didn't go out on that Tuesday. I was supposed to, so I missed that too. No, I don't think so. No, no I don't. That's what we call a bomb.
I was about to say. Oh man. I
It's-
mean, so what is enlightenment to you? You basically are like, I don't know.
yeah, I think enlightenment is I guess would be inner peace, knowing all is well. I guess I have that because I'm not like afraid of death or whatever. I'm afraid of hospital bills. I don't want to be in there forever. I rather, I think euthanasia would be a good thing for adults.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I've it's such a hard because there's the whole aspect of the law of one, which
Uh,
the core rule of the law of one is that we are all one, which is basically meaning everything in the universe is interconnected and part of a single divine source. From this central principle, other rules emerge. Treat others as you would treat yourself, recognizing that what you do to others, you are doing to yourself. It also emphasizes the importance of free will, the concept of spiritual evolution through service to others or service to self, and the understanding that all of life's catalysts are opportunities for growth.
what are you reading, Dianetics there?
Just key rules and principles of the law of one.
Yeah, what's that? What is that out of? Is that something specific, or is that just?
Um, it's it's an Egyptian. It's around Ra. Egyptians. It's one of the old school like laws that they
Uh,
first came up with, but
I
it
thought, I thought
applies.
a boat carried the sun from one side to the other, right? Is that those guys?
I
Those are the guys
mean,
saying we're all one. I, I I think that's cool. I think yeah, I think those pyramids and all those temples and stuff were definitely like a spiritual healing center. I think people came from all over to get to be healed physically and spiritually there in Egypt, and I think they definitely had a an understanding of how that all works and how we all are one and transcend. So yeah, that makes sense.
right, and there's this weird fascination they always had with gold. You know,
Yeah, and you know we when we're trying to tune in or heal our bodies with the metals, they use copper a lot of times, which is a similar metal to gold. But I think if you had an abundance of gold, you could probably do it much better with gold than copper. They could probably tune in better.
right? Because I do believe what gold being an electric superconductor.
Yeah, yeah, but it also has it's non-magnetic. It has that neutral property of you can't stain it, you can't corrode it. It's a lot of you know uh, you can't break it. It takes the shape of whatever it's in, basically, type of thing too.
It's very sacred. I
I used to dig for gold in the desert when I was in Arizona. I had some gold claims out in the middle of the desert, and we'd go out there and dry wash and pan for pan for gold. Do it all out there, but it's all in the desert, so there's no water. You have to bring your own water. So we use dry washers, which blow air up underneath the dirt to get rid of the heavy rocks and leave the gold at the bottom, which is more dense still than air. But yeah, so we do it with air instead of water in the desert. It's kind of interesting.
Wow.
You guys,
So you were out there mining for gold, huh?
yeah, trying to, just getting down to bedrock and finding the gold on the bedrock. We weren't really digging holes into the mountains or anything. But yeah.
Hmm. Any luck?
Yeah, I got a little bit. I spent more on the equipment than I made in gold, but yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes sometimes.
yeah, yeah. But
there
then I
was
came
this
here to do comedy.
there was this weird connection that I had with Bashar. Do you know who that is?
Uh-uh.
He's a channeler. He does channeled messages
Do you
from
have to ring that? Do you have to do the chime every time you say his name?
no.
I thought maybe that was just since he's a channeler, you have to chime whenever his name is mentioned.
That's my higher self ringing.
Yeah.
But no, he does. His name's Daryl Anka, and he channels messages from the universe and all that kind of stuff. And Well, it's not really. It's debatable because he says he's channeling an entity or an alien named Bashar, which means like divine messenger or something like that. And it's like the debate is he actually channeling an entity or is he channeling just his higher self?
Sure.
So it's everything he says is like absolutely valid and accurate so far. I mean, I haven't had any disagreements with him.
Good.
He's interesting to
Yeah.
check out. I
Yeah,
would.
I think yeah, those guys who channel those higher beings, I think there's something to it. Dr. Stephen Greer is that his name? I think he's out there in the desert in Arizona also, but he has these spaceships show up and do different things and have entities walking around him all through. They do these meditation ceremonies or whatever out in the desert. And they call them and they show up. So it's pretty interesting.
Wow.
Dr.
See, I feel like having those meditation ceremonies that should be like normal. Like
Sure.
why don't we do that and like
We have to
start
we have to pay taxes and have houses and have electricity. If electricity was free and we were able to just live, we would do those things. We would be in touch with those higher beings and be a more spiritual earth. But we're trapped by dollars and the evil ways of slavery here.
true. I mean, there's this thing going around talking about Three Eye Atlas and how it's like supposedly there's a big debate between it's an organic comet and then it's an alien spaceship. And then I'm just sitting here thinking, well, I think it's an organic comet with the alien technology on it. So it's a mix of both. I don't know. Could
Try
be any.
remote viewing it. Try going up there and see what it's about. You
I
can do it.
actually had somebody earlier we had on an earlier episode, Carissa, she talked about astral projecting onto it. And she
Yeah.
said it was an alien vessel piloted by Lyrans, which they're kind of like cat people.
Oh, cat people would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah. There's this weird theory I have is that for
It's fun.
everything.
You go.
What?
Their whole ship smells like cat piss. Though the litter boxes are full.
Yeah. You get on. Why does it smell like cat piss in here?
Yeah, it's like yeah.
They're probably smarter than both of us. Okay.
like they're like, we can solve your world just one second. I just gotta go use the litter box 1 second here. They just squat over, just take a shit right quick. All right, so yes, we are highly intelligent beings, and we're here to help save humanity.
Yeah. Right after they say that, just two little
Yeah,
kicks with the back foot.
yeah,
I had this theory though that for like basically everything on our planet, there has to be a higher evolved being of that thing on another planet.
sure. And they also could have already been on this planet like that. Yeah, we could have had, in the billions of years that this Earth has been here, or whatever, however long it says, there could have been owl people, there could have been dolphin people, there could have been all those already here that maybe even built spaceships and went elsewhere and started owl planets and whatever else. There's a long time to be here for us to be the only ones involved in the last 200,000 years or whatever. Think
Right.
about multiple 200,000s of years that could have existed with whatever, sloth people or whatnot. They found those that cartwheel in that deep in that coal mine or whatever. It was like a wheel that looked like it belonged to a cart, like a handheld cart.
Mhm.
So you imagine like if there was like some kind of like mole people that were existing pulling carts around like in the 1500s or whatever, back
Come on, people.
billions of years ago. Who knows? Somebody built a cart, you know.
Right. I
Uh,
mean, dude, you never know. There's talk about freaking draconian reptilians and the Naga, which are like reptilianoid races of highly intelligent beings who are actually the ones in control of this 3D matrix we're living in right now.
Naga, please.
Yeah. But, it's like there's so much speculation because it's like there could be, you take it to extremes, half the planet in religion is like angels and demons, and then you got like other people who are more into the universe and type stuff like that, not so much as like religious type stuff, but see it in the sense of like good aliens versus bad aliens.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you apply the law of one to all of it, wouldn't that just mean they are also just different versions of us?
Sure. There's also good us and bad us though too. So there could be good ones and bad ones of them. If even if we all are one, there's a bad side to us. There's murderers. There's genocide. There's people behind people right now on this planet. So there's definitely a fucked up side to the of all of us being one. But then there's also the people who love and give and create charities and rescue cats and do all that shit. So there's definitely good people out there too. So there may be good aliens out there, there may be bad aliens out there, but I really don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just just a high ramble. Oh, you can't see my Kevin Hart. Yeah.
I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for a Star Wars battle to start breaking out above us.
Yeah, they say that's happened a few times. There are these old stories, from like the ancient Indian texts that they have these Star Wars battles above them. These Vimanas and whatever, flying around and shooting things, shooting people out, shooting cities out of the air, basically. So it might have happened before. It might have happened several times. But yeah,
I mean, for all we know, the Earth could be timeless, and we could have freaking been here for longer than is even pre-recorded.
yeah, yeah. There's definitely no real knowing of how old this shit really is, or even if this is the first universe. There might have been another universe that we collided with. You know that's newer. That our old universe spun out. Who knows?
Right. Well, and there's that concept of like, if we are multidimensional beings, no matter what we do, we could potentially unknowingly be literally creating our realities based off of every single movement, thought, or action we take.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or you can also think that it's all predestined, and none of your choices are. You're going to make that choice no matter what. There are those guys out there too that think that. And then there's this stimulation theory that if we make the wrong choices enough, it just resets and we start over.
Right. Well, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, let's say, you know, Earth, Gaia is also a living being, just like us, which, yeah, she is. But it's like, what happens if, let's say, you eat a bunch of stuff with like parasites or bad energy in it, and you're just full of just stuff you want to get rid of because it's creating harm within you. Like,
Sure.
what if that's what happens? What if there's just like the world just hits such a bad low point, low vibrational state that guys just kind of like time to reset.
Yeah, they do that. It's called super volcano. Pompeii can tell you about that one. Those motherfuckers got caught jerking off in the middle of it. There was yeah, it can happen instantly. So yeah, any moment that this Earth wants to fucking start over, it can.
Right. But I mean, then Like, what if I've been getting a lot of signs of like there is a mass spiritual awakening around the world right now. A lot of people are snapping out of the simulation
Sure.
and are falling in line to loving and supporting one another, which I've actually been experiencing it. I've been seeing it. I've been a part of it. And like if we can maintain this frequency of like love and supporting everybody we meet, maybe Gaia won't feel the need to purge. Maybe she'll be like, "Hey, everything's cool."
Yeah. Yeah. There's stories of like aliens or higher beings literally communicating with the planet. Like talking to the planet, or asking the planet to like grow a flower, and it happening. There's these stories of this happening. When you actually connect to a higher consciousness, you can connect to the planet, the universe, the whatever, and and communicate in that language. So if people can understand that we are all one, and the planet's a consciousness just like we are, then of course we can elevate and be one with the planet, be one with the universe, be one with the sun, be one with everything. But is the crazy guy smoking ketamine on the sidewalk? What is he going to tune in with us, or we got
Right.
yeah.
I mean, I've it's crazy because then you have two opposite ends of the spectrum. You have the rich people who are ego driven, think they're better than everybody.
They are. They figured out the game. They cracked the system.
But I mean, if we
They
all
have a
signed
cheat
up
code.
for this experience,
Yeah,
you
but they have a
know,
cheat code. They started off up left right A B select start whatever they did to to understand. And, hey, this is how this works, and I'm gonna play that system and work it and make everything be mine. Then they win. Those people are better in the game. You can't
yeah.
deny when somebody's better in a game than you are. They're either cheating or they're just good at it. So,
But what determines that one is better though? Is it, they had to
well,
get on
on
their
Earth
hands and knees and
we have bank accounts and we have money. We that's how life is determined here. That's why we don't have free energy, because we want that dick measuring contest. We want to see who has the biggest bank account, who can end up with it. These Saudi princes out there that have all the money in the world, they love it. They don't want not to have all the money in the world. They want more of that. They don't. Nobody doesn't want not more money. So,
right. Well, and there's the whole 2027 theory that we are going to have full disclosure and all the good alien races are coming down to show us how to access free energy.
sure, but then what about that guy smoking ketamine? Is he going to get his? Is he going to get to keep on doing what he wants to do? Yeah.
I mean, free will, man.
Well, that's what we were thinking. Unless we want free energy, and then do we have to do away with all the people who can't connect? Do we just purge them all, put them in a furnace? Well, uh, furnaces are a little 1940s. Let's update that. Let's just start shooting people. But whatever we do, just give them a little extra fentanyl, whatever it is. To there's got to be some kind of you can't get everybody on the same page if everybody's on the same page. So you have to do away with the people that aren't on that page.
I feel like
Full
maybe
disclosure.
they're. I mean, it's absolutely true and a good thing to think about. Because, I mean, who knows? What if it's like they set up installations around the planet where people can like go to and experience this free energy versus everybody that chooses to view them as demons or something and doesn't want anything to do with them? Maybe they'll just respect that. And then
You think that
everybody who.
they can't have it, man? You got Palestine, Israel again. It's either one way or the other. You can't live in harmony. You're gonna have the people that are tuned in, or you got the people that are tuned out. One of them's got to go.
I mean, I don't think they'd have to go.
Oh yeah,
I
you got
think it would
you get
just be.
rehabilitated. You go to the rehabilitation centers. You get off your drugs. You follow the guy away or whatever it is. It's going to be the new mass religion. And then
That's interesting to think about. But
yeah,
I mean, what if it's like actually like something good and beautiful and like free energy and like healthcare that eliminates big pharma altogether? It's not like it'll eliminate it, but just like the people that choose to live in that love and connection community get to experience the free energy in that high vibrational state versus everybody that chooses to stay in that low vibrational doubt, fear, negativity state. They can still do all of that, but the people that are in the high vibrational state will just drastically progress further technology wise.
well, here's what's going to happen: is they're going to go, okay, you're ready to enter your higher consciousness. We have to shed these earthly bodies. You got to drink this Kool Aid and put on these white Nikes, so the spaceship will come by and pick up our souls when it's time. And then on this day, we're all gonna lay down with our white sheets, drink our Kool Aid, and transition into our higher selves.
Would you do it?
No, that's been done. That's what you're talking about. Because you can't have the free energy with the people who are stuck on this earth. So you have to shed one or the other. You either have to go someplace else, or you have to get rid of the people who are here.
But how would you think that in relations to like the book of Revelations where it says Christ will come down from the sky and give us our new energy bodies? Do you think that's actually Jesus coming down, or you think it's them coming down to give us our actual new energy immortal bodies?
It's whatever the mass. It's not going to be real. Whatever it is, it's all illusion. There's no savior. There's no Messiah. You are the Messiah. Jesus told you, it was inside of you. You said it yourself. There is no savior. There's nobody who's going to come and just save us. It's going to be a
Right.
false flag. It's going to be bullshit. And
True.
that is in the book of Revelations.
Right. Well, I mean that it talks about, the only way to get rid of God or denounce God basically is to like say you don't want anything to do with God or, like
What is God? God is a
everything.
construct. We've been told what that is. You don't know what that. Just like you don't know what the Three Eye Atlas is. There's people that said, "Hey, I talked to him. I went there. I saw it." But really, you don't know. You don't know, and we're just taking other people's words for it. So until you know, it's all bullshit.
How do we ever know though?
You got to find out from yourself. You got to look at within. You can't find out from somebody else.
Well, I mean, the way I'd learned to look within was basically me realizing that God lives through every single individual that exists
So
to
he's not
have a experience about learning itself through us.
right. So he's not gonna come down from the sky in a spaceship.
No.
He's gonna be inside of us already. We're all gonna learn that on our own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying like he's gonna come down as an alien or something. I mean, who
Well,
knows?
it's all gonna be alien to us. We were created in his image, but he's gonna be different than what we are, obviously.
I
Yeah.
mean,
But
Jesus could be an alien for all we know. Probably was.
he is an alien to us. He's an extraterrestrial. He doesn't live on Earth.
Yeah. I mean, so could we. Who knows how many genetic DNA experiments we've been through as a
Sure.
human race to evolve?
Yeah. That's definitely evident. That something's been evolved. There's been a hand in the creation. Somebody's been putting some stuff in the recipe, but it also could go back to that simulation theory. Maybe it's all programmed. Maybe it's just ones and zeros that there is a creator that's bigger.
Hey, maybe somebody's just been dropping the kids off in the gene pool. Yeah,
Yeah, just sperm floating in a toilet somewhere.
you know. So this leads me to basically, have you ever tried astral projection?
Yeah, when I was in Los Angeles, when I was writing movies there, I was away from the wife and the kids, and they were living in Oklahoma. And I would go and visit the wife. I would visit my wife. She would know that I was in the room. She could feel me. She knows, and then she would. It was just like I was there, but not there. So I would do that with her a lot. Um, I never really like tried going anywhere else or try like go inside like a bank or seeing what the combination is or anything like that, which you would think would be a good idea. But I just did it to visit her. That was my times. Yeah.
Was there a certain technique you used to get there?
Yeah. Before, so like I would do a lot of nitrous oxide and kind of like focus on meditating on when I was trying to write my movies. I was doing nitrous. I would get up into this plane and I would see all these different lives, and I would see like there was like a movie me. There was like there was different paths of my life. I could go down these paths in this hallway, and I would always go to the movie guy and go watch the movies in the theater, and then come back and write the movie I would watch. So that was kind of like my first how I was learning how there's another plane to this was with nitrous oxide and listening to Tool and just kind of like controlling the breathing and just trying to get higher into that next level trying to break that veil, and then eventually uh, I would be able to like just open up that third eye without nitrous oxide, without just knowing the address of a house. You've been there before. You know how to get there without putting in GPS anymore. That's kind of what was happening. So I started to be able to get to that plane just by focusing on it and focusing on my breathing. I guess still kind of in that nitrous, holding my breath type state, but without the nitrous oxide. And then the wife suggested trying to come visit her. When I was telling her about this stuff, I was able to go to her in Oklahoma. I was able to literally touch her, kiss her, feel her. She was able to feel me. There was a whole whole part of our lives that we were doing this like astral plane visitation, lovemaking type thing.
Wow. How was that? That sounds incredible.
Yeah, it was an interesting. It's like it's like having a tingle all over, like a warm feeling all over, but like your souls are like connecting, intertwining type.
Wow. That's have you heard of a Kundalini awakening?
No, I have not.
That would be interesting to see how similar of a feeling that is to the vibration of the spine.
Huh.
Because there's this, I mean, I do it all the time. It's basically when you have done seed retention for a certain amount of time, your fluid can go actually up and down your spine, up into your pineal gland. And when it's in your pineal gland, it's usually when you're experiencing these moments of like just pure bliss of like the high, super high vibration, full authenticity, full of love for everything and everyone, and just like really embodying what Jesus was talking about doing. It's just like that feeling of just unconditional love.
Oh, uh-huh.
When you embody that and you actually are in that state of being throughout the day and walking in that state of bliss, if you have if you haven't nutted in a, I think it's like past 21 days or something like that, um, you feel the vibrations, physical vibrations
Oh
up and
wow.
down your spine, and it's wild.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that would be like a similar description of what I was feeling, but yeah, it was like electricity all over your whole body type. Yeah,
Yeah, very similar.
yeah, man. You probably astral project and come at the same time. Who knows? You probably when you do come, you probably will astral project by time you've been waiting so long. Yeah,
I just bust a nut and pop out of my body. It's like, where'd he go?
yeah.
That'd
Hit
be
up a bar.
traumatizing. Just go limp. And I'm just like above both of us. It's like, what the fuck, dude? But yeah, what's your has there been anything you've really had troubles like overcoming through your past or
I don't. No, I mean, no, I've never really. Yeah, I I don't accomplish everything I try, but I try a lot of things, but I'm always trying something new. I'm always, trying to start a business or write a book or I'm always trying to create something that creates money that never happens. So, every once in a while I get lucky and then, with a business or something, but, I'm always trying for the next thing. And so I do fail a lot, even like, you say I failed at comedy but the only thing is I haven't given up yet. So hopefully eventually I stop failing.
right? That's kind of how it goes. I mean, you don't really fail until you quit.
Right.
So I mean, as long as you keep that dream, that mindset alive, and keep pursuing it, like it'll happen. It's just a
Sure.
matter of time.
Or you're fucking crazy.
Or you're crazy.
Yeah.
But hey, as long as you have that goal and you believe you can do it,
Sure.
that counts.
Yeah.
Keep it alive.
Cheers.
So we talked a little bit about your dreamt book with the dream hopping and the
Uh,
vivid stuff. What about your other book?
Roommate. That is it's a psychological thriller. Well, Drift is a psychological thriller as well, but this one's more of the triggering, gory side of things. There's it's about a female serial killer who has OCD, and she finds her victims through roommate wanted ads. But it goes deep into her past and why she does this, like what kind of how she grew up and things that she went through. So that's through the book as well. So there's a lot of inner thoughts and a lot of inner demons coming out that end up manifesting into some real shit too. So I like it. It's a good story. I originally wrote it for Jason Mewes to play the star. He told me that he wanted to play like a Dexter type character, and so I wrote this character named Gerald, and then wrote Roommate based around that character, and gave him the screenplay. His wife said this is way too dark. He can't do this, and so I was like, yeah. So I shelved it and never thought about it for almost 15 years, and then ended up writing the book. I changed it from a guy to a girl and went more into her past and deeper into it, and it became a pretty good book, I think.
Wow. I'm gonna have to check that one out next. That sounds exciting.
Yeah. I like these. I like the novels because I used to write screenplays, and you would put all your time into developing these characters and developing these stories and putting it in on paper and then trying to get somebody to read it and hopefully that they read it, they like it, then they may option it to try to get money to raise it and raise for it and hopefully get it produced. And then these other people will come in and they'll want to put their information on it. They'll want to do their rewrites and they'll do this and do that. And by the time it's over, you're not a part of it and it's not the movie that you wrote. This is exactly what I wrote. This is me all the way through. if people read it, that's great. But if it says on the shelves, whatever, this is something that nobody can change it. Nobody's going to come in and put their 2 cents in it because they put their money into it. This is all me for once, you know.
Right. Well, that's what makes it so unique and original, is because it is you.
Yeah.
You know.
And hopefully the audiobooks will be out soon. The audiobook for this for Roommate is almost finished. April, my wife, is doing the audiobook on it, so it should be pretty
Oh,
good.
nice. Is
Yeah,
that going to be on Spotify?
they'll be on Audible. Audible.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Heck yeah. I'll have to check that out. What's something that inspires you to write these novels?
I just get stupid thoughts come through my head all the time, and or like a character will come in mind, and the way I write my comedy is just something I think is funny. That comes to me, and I just say, "Oh, that's a funny joke," and I'll write it. I don't sit there and think about a subject and try to write something. Same with the books. I don't sit there and try to think, okay, what's hot right now? What should I write about? What happens is, like Jason told me, hey, I want to be a serial killer, and I thought about him, and I thought about what kind of character he would be, and then this character just came to me, and I started writing about it, and then have his backstory and whatnot. So, develop. I try to develop. I don't know, the ideas when they come to me. Like sometimes a character will come to me first, and that's what I did with Roommate. It was a character first. I wrote the story around the character. Whereas Dreamt was a dream I had that became a reality. So I wanted to put that into paper. Like how can I turn reality into a dream state? How can a dream become a reality? And that was the idea behind that book. So coming up with these ideas, they just come to me. There's nothing. I don't sit down and try to come up with an idea. Usually they come to me and I write them down, type of thing. Yeah.
That's usually how the best ideas come to you. Is just like those aha moments, almost
Yeah.
like a revelation.
Well, they say I'm tuned into like whatever, but would they be giving me these stupid jokes that I'm writing? Like, yeah, I don't think a higher there's no higher being saying, a good trans joke here would be what's missing in the world. Yeah, I think.
How do you know?
Yeah, yeah, maybe there's a higher funny, but
Hey, we have humor. Why wouldn't our higher selves also have
yeah,
humor?
yeah. Well, then there's yeah. So yeah, there's always that, but yeah, it seems like it's being beamed in from God, but it's probably just my own stupid thoughts.
There's sometimes our higher selves love a good dick joke.
Yeah.
It's funny. Do you practice any form of meditation?
No, I don't have the patience for it. No. I play Mortal Kombat online. That's my meditation is which is not meditation at all. But yeah, I don't I don't clear my mind. I don't quiet anything. Uh, no, I'm always talking to myself.
I mean, I feel like it's the normal thing to do now, to talk to yourself.
Sure.
I mean, when I start feeding into something negative or like some kind of bad behavior or remark pops into my head, so like act this way or say this to somebody, I'm just like, whoa, 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 whoa. No. Let's not go there.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's a certain percentage of people that don't have that inner dialogue. They can't talk to themselves in their head. They have to talk out loud. Is that crazy?
I've heard of this. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have no clue what we're talking about right now. But or maybe they do by now. But still, yeah, they cannot talk to themselves in their head. Now, when you talk to yourself in your head, you ever like do like an accent or like a slur, and then like you feel yourself like that's how you would talk too? Like,
um,
so like if you do
only
like
when I'm doing like a character, you
like,
know, for
if you
Comedy
do
Writers Guild.
if you do the retarded voice in your head, it sounds like you would do it out loud, But how is that? How does it know? Like how do you?
How do I? I don't,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I can do it without the face, but yeah,
Yeah. It's been a discussion, you know. Sometimes you just gotta. I couldn't imagine though, like not being able to like stop yourself and just be like, I need to not say this. It's
yeah. Then there's those
like,
people with Tourette's who can't help but say it.
right. Well, I wonder what goes through their minds.
Yeah, fuck, shit, damn it, motherfucker, cocksucker.
Well, you know, it's socially acceptable if you have Tourette's, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering, is there anything you get triggered by anymore? Or?
No, no. I don't want a catheter. I, I made that very clear at the hospital. That would freak me out. I can't stand the thought of that happening. Those types of things trigger me and freak me out. But no, not too much triggers me. I don't like people saying shit. I think I don't know if you guys have this there, but we have stupid idiots with student drivers bumper stickers on their car here that say "student driver." Please be patient. That
Yeah.
triggers me because they don't put them on their glass windows. They put them on the fucking paint. First off, so that should be lesson one. Don't put stickers on the fucking paint. Every student should know this. Then they're like fading, they're cracking, they're hand me downs. Like what are you getting your? How long are you gonna be a student for? Like I took driver's ed, and that was a summer. Like yeah, are you getting your PhD in merging? What are you fucking doing with this shit? Like
Yeah. Valid. Very valid. Because it's like they get that sticker on and who knows how long it's been on
yeah,
there.
graduate already. Fucking Christ, dude.
See like some 45-year-old dude with a student driver sticker on the back, you know?
It's just an excuse to be an asshole, is what it is. Take it off. I want to make bumper stickers that say "driving teacher, get the fuck out of the way."
Yeah, yeah. This is my student.
Yeah,
Look out.
driving students or driving teachers, students take notes, or students beware, or whatever. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to them directly.
I mean, you know,
Do you guys
they're
have that there? Do you have
learning.
the bumper stickers there?
Oh
Is
yeah.
that a thing? I didn't notice it until I got here to Austin. They didn't have it in Arizona when I was there, or Los Angeles. Nobody was a student driver there. Here, everybody's a student driver. They're usually on Teslas. It's fucking stupid.
Oh, I know. I mean, at that point, you know, they're coming out with those what Wambos are they called? The
Oh, the
self-driving
Waymos?
cars.
Yeah. It's funny is I see people sitting in those. Like you're not gonna have a job eventually for those. Like you when you're sitting in the driver's seat of that, just doing
Right.
the little. Maybe I'll have my hands on if my kid runs out or something. They're gonna eventually figure it out. You're done. So yeah,
Right. You go out and buy a Wambo, and you're like, you know what this baby's missing? A student driver sticker.
that'd be funny. If they put them on there, that would be a good.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah,
like they drive themselves, but you just bought it, so it needs to kind of calibrate and learn how to drive
yeah,
itself.
that's funny.
You know, I was talking to Blazing Nana about this in an earlier episode, and it was funny. She was talking about how, like, what if it just stops? What if it locks you inside the car and you can't escape?
I saw a video of a girl who got kidnapped by one and taken to Disney World. So what happened was when she got in the car, a new agreement popped up on the screen and just says, "Do you accept?" or whatever. And she clicked accept. She's on her way to work. She's trying to get through. She clicks accept, and it goes, "Congratulations, you're the 10,000th ride or whatever, 10 millionth ride, whatever it was. You won a free all day trip to Disney World." Or Disneyland, and it literally took her from San Francisco to Disneyland. It was like a 4 hour drive for one, and then she gets there, and she's just like, she fucking hates it. She got in trouble for work, but and she tried calling it in. She's like, "Well, you accepted the user agreement. You said yes to the terms when you got the ride, so they wouldn't let her out or stop the ride. She already agreed to it. She manually so we have your binding agreement." Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What's it gonna ask next? Sign this waiver in blood. Like,
You don't have to. You just have to click yes, and all of a sudden they take your kid. Like, oh shit, what I just did. Yeah.
right? Holy crap, that's wild. I mean, where does it end? Like, what's to stop one of those things from just taking a hard left off a cliff?
Supposedly, they don't want to do that, but if you get the right senator in there and the right person behind the computer, who knows?
Right. Right. Have you ever had like a bit of an ego problem in the past or currently or anything? Or is it?
Oh yeah, because like I was saying, when I was doing the nitrous, I saw my movies already made, and so when I come back and I'd write them, I would know they'd already be made. They were already good. They were in theaters. I saw it. So I come back thinking you're going to be in this movie. You're going to want it. We're going to make this movie, and the people would start coming to the movie that were in the movie. Like I got Bruce Willis, I got fucking Sharon Stone. I got these people that were wanting to be a part of this thing that I was creating that I saw already in the movie. So like, what's happening? So I got this. I'm destined for this stuff. It's supposed to happen to me. Type of attitude. And when things didn't start happening for me, or things went opposite of how I thought they should go, or the way I saw them going, I would be like, "Fuck you! You don't know what you're talking about. I'm the next big thing," or whatever. And I burned a lot of bridges, and I lost a lot of friends because of that. So, yeah,
I could see that. I mean, ego's a bitch, man.
so I keep it in check here. I'm trying a lot harder with the open mic comedy and stuff. Because before I was really close as a writer director in Los Angeles, and I had movie options. I had all this stuff happening, and I come here. I'm a nobody. I'm a open micer, first time doing it. So you have to start off at the bottom. You have to be more humble, and you have to be good. That's the bottom line. Is you can't expect what you did before, or who you were before to transfer. The credits don't transfer. You have to start at a new school. Type of thing.
Right. Well, yeah, because I mean, you can't really build those bridges, and if you're stepping on the guy with the hammer and nails.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's this interesting thought in relations to your book. Have you ever had any dreams that felt so real they stuck with you?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the main dream in the book that I talk about. Is one I thought about a lot of times because it felt like another life. It felt like I lived a whole life before this. I knew people from that dream. I knew memories that I don't know in this life. So those types of things kind of stick with me. Like I don't dream about myself. I always dream about somebody else. So I have these other life experiences. I can't say past life because it's current time a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have these current life experiences that are somebody else, and those kind of stay with me, and I whatever I take from that dream, I guess is with me now, type of thing. So that's why I put in the book also is he doesn't forget these other lives that are coming through in these dreams or this reality. They all kind of merge together, and that's kind of what I feel like a lot of times is I live that. I know that I'm still that, but I'm also this.
Right.
Yeah.
There was one dream I had as a kid that I still remember to this day. And it was dumbest fucking dream ever. But it was so vivid. I was literally like hanging out with Stuart Little, the mouse,
Uh-huh.
and we were like climbing this giant Lego tower. And we were running away from an elite from Halo chasing us with one of those plasma swords.
Wow. Uh-huh.
And we were just running up the tower trying to get away from this elite. And then it like got caught up to me and shoved that thing right through my back. And I woke up like, I
Wow. That's
was like,
interesting.
what the fuck was that?
That's crazy.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know what that could mean. You should put that in chatbot GPT and see what it means.
what does it mean when you're running
Yeah.
up a Lego tower with a mouse being impaled by an energy sword by an alien? Could have some deep meaning there. You never
Yeah,
know.
I'll do tarot reads on chatbot GPT. They got it does some really good stuff.
Oh, what? How do you
Yeah,
do that?
just ask for a tarot reading.
Oh, really? It just
Yeah,
does that?
yeah, it's really good.
Oh,
You
sick.
ask for specific things, like in certain life, but yeah, it's really good.
I might have to give that a try.
Yeah,
Do you ever is there any you believe in karma, right? Law of attraction.
sure.
What you give out is what you get back,
Yeah.
or that type of thing. Is there any ways karma's positively had an effect on you?
Oh no, I'm a negative karma guy. I got a lot of shit coming. That's why I almost died, dude. Yeah, almost die with good karma, dude. It's those are life lessons on what stop fucking people over. That's what that is.
Yeah. I mean, is there don't you think maybe it was a second chance to like get on that positive
Oh yeah,
frequency?
yeah. But I don't have any good karma coming my way yet. I still got a lot of bad karma coming my way.
Just got to work it out.
Yeah,
Well, I would say, what do you think life is currently trying to teach you?
yeah. I guess patience. There is no shortcut. Take take the path you have to take. But yeah, there's a lot of when you think things are gonna go one way or you expect them to go away, they're not going to go that way usually. So just have no expectations and you know do what you do the best you can. I guess.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, that's all we can do. Take it one day at a time and try to focus on not being a shitty person.
yeah,
That falls back all under to hurt another is to hurt yourself, and help another is to help yourself.
sure. Yeah, karma.
Yeah. Well, and that also applies to the whole life review thing. I don't know if you know too much about that aspect after.
Well, I think that's in that reincarnation scam. I think that's part of the that you're born a bad person. You have to go back and do what you did wrong. Try to do it right again. Try to get things right this time, but you never will. So we'll show you the bad things you did again. So you go back and do them again, and you just keep on doing a cycle of recycling your soul into some bullshit life that you don't really want to live.
I have some theories on that. So, have you heard of the demiurge?
Uh, well, I think you mentioned it to me before, but I do not remember it.
So there's this whole theory of like the demiurge is actually the god of this world, and it's from the Old Testament or something like
I think
that, and
you mentioned
it's
to
in
me earlier in
control.
this podcast. Yeah, yeah,
He's basically talking about how he's the one in control of the reincarnation trap, and he's feeding off of our negative energy,
Uh-huh.
and he distracts people with loved ones in order to keep them stuck in the cycle of reincarnation.
Yeah.
But then I saw this other thing talking about the other day is where maybe the demiurge forgot that he also was connected to source energy. And when Jesus died or whatever, he met the demiurge and stopped the cycle of pain and suffering, the reincarnation cycle, basically telling the demiurge that, approached him with love and told him, like, he doesn't have to do that anymore.
Right. Stop being such a dick, dude.
Basically. It's like, bro, we're
Bro,
all the
be
same, dude.
chill.
Be chill, man. I'm Jesus. It's all cool, baby.
Here, hand me that guitar. I'll show you a little riff I came up with.
Right? It's just interesting though, because it's like there's so many different theories on how to approach it or which route to take, or even if any of that shit is even real to begin with. What if
Yeah.
it's all just made up stuff, anyways? Like, for all we know, it could literally not even be like, well, the life review thing definitely resonates because, that's the whole
Yeah.
judgment day as they speak of in the Bible, when really I saw another person saying that it was a mistranslation and it was supposed to be review instead of judgment. So
Well,
it's an
yeah.
alteration, fear based. But
Yeah.
like, what if it really was just like our soul signing a contract to reincarnate a specific amount of times as certain individuals that encounter certain things to gain certain experience knowledge? Like, what if we have a specific set of run throughs as different, flesh vessels to gain what we need to gain? And then when it's time to be done, we're like, all right, cool. Let's
Yeah.
figure out some other planet to go incarnate on.
Sure. But there's there's a thing where maybe you don't because you don't remember any of it, so you don't have that option to learn, you know, to grow from it, so that maybe there is a bigger scam trying to keep us here, trying to keep us from remembering, trying to keep us from knowing what built the pyramids, what that technology was, trying to keep us from remembering, how to heal ourselves, and how to grow and be our own gods. Maybe there is something higher that isn't, God doesn't have our best interest at heart, but does have the ability to control our souls.
Only God knows that one. Are
God is the enemy.
you saying you're the enemy?
And we all could be. We are destroyers of ourselves.
True. But we also are healers.
We're the creators of ourselves.
Yeah. Create your own reality.
Created a couple kids too. Create their reality.
Yeah. It's all give and take. This whole existence here is duality. Like, what if at the end of it all, it's just literally a fucking video game that our souls are playing? Like, what if we get out of here and there's another being on the other side? Like, bro, how was that?
Yeah, yeah. And you ever watch Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Yeah, how they have the what is, I can't remember the name of the game, but just a guy's name, and you play his life. Uh, it, oh, come on. Anyways, you play as just a regular guy the game, but you're in it for life or whatever. But it's only a few minutes, in their world. You know what I'm talking about?
I
Remember
don't
this
know if
episode?
I ever. I don't know if
Whatever.
I saw that one.
They reference it a couple times, but damn it, whatever. Yeah, I can't remember. It's just like they're playing Greg, but you took him off the grid or whatever. But Morty like makes him just like a carpenter. He fights cancer. He lives a whole life, but it's only been like 10 minutes in reality.
Oh yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Rick
I
and Morty
did
touch a lot
hear.
of that.
I did hear about a near-death experience from a firefighter guy talking about how he did have that experience of like when he got to the other side, there was a being there waiting for him, and it literally said to him, "How was it?"
Yeah.
I was like,
When,
just
when
just makes you think.
when my daughter was real little, she told me, she told us that, she picked us out. There was a computer screen, and she was getting, well, she didn't say computer screen. She said a screen where she could see different families, and she picked this one because whatever her reasons was. But she was in a technological thing that where she was getting to choose where to go when she so the way she was describing it. And she was like, a little kid, and this was in the early 2000s.
Uh-huh.
So there wasn't much computer stuff back then, but she described it like a computer type thing, but picking the reality she was going to live.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy. And
and that was
how did you take that one?
when it's a little kid telling you these things, you just gotta okay, yeah, you take it in because you know, if a little kid told you that he was his reincarnated uncle, who gave up his back, you're gonna listen to it. Where else are they getting this information? There's
Right.
there is no other. It's not happening on SpongeBob where they're picking out lives in the soul chamber. She's coming up with this somewhere.
Right. Yeah. No, that backstory that we talked about it the other night, but yeah, I mean, that's that ties into that dream I had. You bringing up potentially I could be my uncle reincarnated because he did die before I was born, and he did get his back donated. And when I was a child, my mom told me that I came up to her and asked where my back was. So,
Yeah,
you know, that's a that's a pretty weird, not really a coincidence.
You should look up see who has that back.
Dude, I don't even know if I could figure out how to find that information out.
You have to hire a private investigator or something who can get those medical records. But somebody who knows how to do that shit. But yeah,
Dude, do you think if somebody like donates their body parts to science or like, to somebody else living when you pass on, would that like do you think a piece of you would be attached to that person like in the spirit realm?
well, there's been movies about that, but yeah, you would think because even graveyards, they you see those EVPs and stuff from graveyards, people hanging out with their bodies. So why would you hang out with your hand or your dick or whatever you donate it to whoever else? But yeah, like that heart or whatever. Can you imagine this?
Right. Like what if a chick, is transitioning into a dude and she took the person's dick, and that
Yeah,
person just like floating around them, just watching, like, yeah, they're using my dick. Like,
on that they probably have to grow it on you like they do an ear. Like you probably just have a dick on your thigh for a while. Like it has to be your own skin. So
yeah, something like that. So, were you ever religious growing up?
yeah, I grew up Pentecostal, where the prophesizing over you, talking in tongues. They told me I was going to be like every preacher I ever went to. They were always like, "Oh, this one's going to be a musician. He's going to play music for God. He's going to be musically talented." Dude, I tried so hard to be musically talented, and I am not. Like, God does not. I'm not part of the band. Yeah.
What was your instrument of choice?
I wanted to be a drummer for Jesus.
A
Yeah,
drummer for Jesus.
yeah. I was trying to play drums, but yeah, I've tried it all. I can't do any of it.
Yeah,
I
there's
got no
nothing
rhythm.
that stuck with you.
No, I'm terrible.
Yeah. Was there any like weird moments in church that were like made you kind of go, "What the fuck?"
You know, growing up like in that stuff, I didn't really have it, but I had like Baptist friends that would come over to our church and be like, "What the fuck," you know, like you know. But I was used to it. You know, we didn't handle snakes or anything like that, but we had it all. Everything else, with the prophesizing, talking in tongues, dancing in the spirit, slaying in the spirit. Where Jesus knocks you out for fun. You know,
Knocks you out for fun.
yeah.
It's like get ready to be knocked out by Jesus. The priest just walks up to you and just pop right in the forehead.
They just like wave their hand or blow on you, and then the power of God would come over and just anoint the whole crowd, and everybody be laying on the floor and ecstasy coming for Jesus.
And
Yeah,
that actually like worked.
it happens. Yeah, happens every day.
Huh. This is interesting. It's like how does one guy be like, make a
Well,
whole audience just fall over?
I've also been hypnotized on stage and comedy shows where I've danced like Michael Jackson or fucked a chair or whatever. There's you know so when you're in a suggestive state and everybody's doing it, there's a collective consciousness that takes over.
So you think it's like a mass hypnotism
Maybe
over the crowd?
whatever that state is in your mind that opens up for you to be suggested. Yeah.
Hmm. That's interesting. I've never been hypnotized myself, but I could. I don't understand how it works.
You never driven down. You've been driving down a road and just suddenly you're somewhere where you're supposed to be, but you don't remember how you got there.
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, you hypnotize yourself. You get lost in thought or get lost in the road, and you lose that time or space or whatever because you're in an altered state. You were you were suggestible, but you were still going through the motions of life.
True.
So you've been
Do
hypnotized. You do it yourself. You do it to yourself all the time, but nobody was just telling you to dance like Michael Jackson during that time.
yeah. Do you think it'd be possible to experience like deja vu from a hypnotism?
I don't know. Uh, yeah, I experienced deja vu going to McDonald's, so probably.
I swear I've been here before.
Well, you do things that you've dreamed of before, or felt like you've been there before, but it's stupid, mundane things like that don't matter.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to think deja vu could just be maybe our conscious remembering the soul contract on what we agreed to experience.
Maybe it's like my daughter said, where you watch it on a screen and say, "I want to live that life," and you're living those spots that you saw happen. Maybe it's I remember this from that episode.
Right.
Uh,
That was my thought on it. Do you have any opposing beliefs to that, or?
Opposing? No, I don't have any convictions really at all. I'm open to everything, but these are just thoughts that pop through my head.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, where did thoughts even come from?
Sure. So I was saying earlier, it could be, God wants me to tell these, trans jokes, or maybe it's just our own stupid selves that end up in the dirt and nothing happens after that. Who knows?
Could be. I don't believe that at all, though. there's so much more to just all of this than we
Sure.
could even think. I
But where the
mean,
dinosaurs go?
right? Maybe they evolved. Maybe the dinosaurs are the reptilians. Who knows?
Or maybe they're in heaven waiting for us to get there.
Maybe they're waiting to get some revenge.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could be reincarnated as anything, what would you choose to be reincarnated as?
As anything, I would probably choose a nice, a good dildo, like a good, like, like Selena Gomez's dildo. I think that would be a good path to take. Yeah.
You don't think she throws it away and then buys a new one like every week?
Well, yeah, but that's your lifespan. It could be that's an eternity for you. Can you imagine how like being in her vagina for any amount of time? That's like it's gonna be a long. That's gonna be heaven the whole time, no matter what. Yeah. So no matter what, you're gonna live a good life. When it's over, it's over.
I mean, I try not to think about those things. I've been on retention for like
This is what
over
God.
8 months.
This is what God wants me to tell you. This is from the higher consciousness that's existing to make sure that I get these thoughts out there.
You will not break me. But yeah. So I guess we're coming close to the end here.
Oh, right.
Is there anything you'd like to plug or
I tried that on Kill Tony. I brought my little Stevie J not for kids books on there, and they did not go well. So I'm not going to plug anything. If they want to check out my books, there we are. But follow me at Writer ChadO. Writer ChadO.
writer ChadO?
Yep.
And is there a website to order these books off of?
You can go to writerchado.com, or you can just go to any of my social media or Amazon.com. They're everywhere. Yeah.
Cool.
Find it at writerchado.com, and the links are there to go to Amazon. You don't have to buy them from me directly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, and at the end of our episodes, we like to have our guests tell our audience a word of like positive advice that they, use on a daily basis to help them get through the day or something like that.
Yeah. Two things you should do on the daily basis is smoke weed and masturbate. Don't do semen retention. Don't do tolerance breaks. Go every day as hard as you can because you don't know when it's gonna be your last.
All right, brother. Thanks for your advice.
Yeah. Enjoy, brother. Thanks for having me on, man. It was fun.
Yeah, it's great talking to you. Have a great
Yeah.
night.
For sure. Thanks, bro.
This
See ya.
has been the Higher Consciousness, Lower Standards podcast. Have a great night.
See ya. Lower standards here.